Since the beginning of lockdown, I have been live streaming a time of prayer daily on my Facebook page and then sharing it to the 2 church pages. This is not something I ever imagined myself doing. I did it fairly spontaneously, without too much thought. And in the first few weeks, sometimes it was just silence or walking around the garden. Sometimes I read a poem. Once or twice I played a piece of music. When I was reading, it was accompanied by a simple image of a candle and a wooden cross. During Holy Week, I read a poem specially written by Malcolm Guite every day. And in later weeks I have shared material provided by St. Paul's Cathedral on prayer and the Psalms. The material from St. Paul's in particular made me think about what prayer is. I include it in the written materials. You may want to spend your whole time reading through that material and thinking about what prayer is for you. I would say prayer is any time you spend being with God. That may be silence, painting, knitting, walking or gardening, reading devotional material or the Bible, written prayers, talking to God. The list goes on. It will be different for each individual. And personal prayer is something quite different to corporate, public prayer in church services or for national celebrations or disasters. Personally, I don't much like extempore prayer, that is, praying off the cuff, unprepared. Preferring well-prepared prayers, usually written by others, for public use. Private prayer for me is usually silence or walking in nature, rather than traditional talking to God type prayer. And I tend to find being asked to pray out loud in a group uncomfortable. At first I found the daily prayers on Facebook strange and a bit embarrassing. But now I cannot imagine not doing them. They provide structure to the day and the discipline of having to do them because I know people are waiting for them. I was also surprised by how many people are watching them, including friends who I know do not attend church and may not even describe themselves as Christian. So those few minutes a day are obviously meeting a need. During one of the weeks of glorious sunshine in April, I did many of the prayers outside in Wheatley Wood, a few minutes walk from the manse, where we are now. I also took a few pieces of film with trees and birdsong. Watch this video now as a way of relaxing into the rest of the day. It ends with a reflection on Psalm 31. As we walk, we look at the trees, the light and shade. And listen to the birds sing. Psalm 31 has been used in a few daily devotions and seems to resonate with people at the moment. I am going to read some of Psalm 31 now. In you, O Lord, I seek refuge. Do not let me ever be put to shame. In your righteousness deliver me. Incline your ear to me. Rescue me speedily. Be a rock of refuge for me, a strong fortress to save me. You are indeed my rock and my fortress. For your name's sake, lead me and guide me. Take me out of the net that is hidden for me, for you are my refuge. Into your hand I commit my spirit. You have redeemed me, O Lord, faithful God. Be gracious to me, O Lord, for I am in distress. My eye wastes away from grief, my soul and body also. For my life is spent with sorrow, and my years with sighing. My strength fails because of my misery, and my bones waste away. I am the scorn of all my adversaries, a horror to my neighbors, an object of dread to my acquaintances. Those who see me in the street flee from me. I have passed out of mind like one who is dead. I have become like a broken vessel, for I hear the whispering of many, terror all around, as they scheme together against me, as they plot to take my life. But I trust in you, O Lord. I say, you are my God. My times are in your hand. Deliver me from the hand of my enemies and persecutors. Let your face shine upon your servant. Save me in your steadfast love. Blessed be the Lord, for he has wondrously shown his steadfast love to me, when I was beset as a city under siege. I had said in my alarm, I am driven far from your sight, but you heard my supplications when I cried out to you for help. Love the Lord, all you his saints. The Lord preserves the faithful, but abundantly repays the one who acts haughtily. Be strong and let your heart take courage, all you who wait for the Lord. Does this psalm resonate with you at the moment? Note how it starts with the words, "In you, Lord, I seek refuge," and then, like all psalms of lament, moves through the things that are troubling the person saying the psalm, and comes back to love for God and that assurance that God will take care of the faithful and give them strength. Do you always come back to God after you have had a moan about the state of the world? Maybe even complained about God's absence, or how God can allow suffering to happen. Take some time to reflect, and you may want to write your own psalm of lament.